Hello Ronlings, welcome to another camp. Today I'm in the van. I did a couple of tents and today I'm in the van, as I just said. I've got an interesting meal this evening by my standards. I'm actually going to do a semi-cook. That's right fellas, you're going to watch me with my semi. I've got some chopped veggies to fry up, and I've got a nice this is why it's only semi. I've got a nice Uncle Ben's rice. I can't remember the particular flavour because it was a mixture of stuff, but you'll see that later. And I've got some I want to call it spam, but it's not. It's the spam equivalent, but it's called a bacon grill. It's spam with a more bacony flavour, because I love those. I love cutting them up into slices and then and frying them off so they're nice and crispy. And I'll have that with the rice and the vegetables, and it's going to taste like mwah. So the last few camps have been taking a toll on my back. I've got some back issues, so I did a couple of camps avoiding having to carry anything, but they're still bending over, you know, pulling out pegs and this, that and the other. So before it got flared up too much, I decided to do a van camp, because that is just stepping in and out of the van. You know, hey, you know, plus I enjoy them as well, but that's kind of what's dictated this, because I don't really have a plan. I do a tent and I do a backpacking camp and a van camp, because I love them both, and I never have a plan really, but this time it was dictated by my back. So I'll give you a looky. I'm in an area that is a public place. I've pulled up at a car park with a gorgeous view, but it is a public area. I've looked at the signs. I can't see anything telling you not to camp overnight. It says that you don't pay after a certain hour. I've had to pay, but it doesn't say anything about not parking overnight and no camping or anything like that. So I'm here for the night, and it's got a fairly nice view. I picked it, well, actually my partner picked it, because I wanted to find somewhere new to go, and found it sort of a bit daunting. I couldn't, because I wanted a nice view, and I just threw a bit of a wobbly, and I don't know, and in like 10 minutes my partner found me 2 locations, and I picked this one. 360, it's itchy and I'm titchy, and this is the next bit. I think I'm getting better. I can feel it. Anyway, that was the intro to the next part, which is the today's 360, and I start off with that because I don't know why really. There's a couple of things I want to do on the camper, so I just thought I'd get this bit done now. So here. So I'm going to start I'm going to start you there, because that's the inside. That's my view. That's that's the van looking out. So here we go. Okay, my head's boiling hot in this hot sun. I bought this hat from Temu, my first and only beanie, because I don't really like beanies, but it's that beanie style. I bought it off Temu, and I thought I want to buy the cheapest beanie type hat I can possibly find. And I thought, I made the mistake of thinking Temu is a good place. You know, it's a Chinese website, really cheap stuff, doesn't last very long, not very good quality, and that's what I wanted, because I wanted it to be really thin and almost useless, because it was more about just keeping the sun off my head. I wanted a comfy, stretchy hat to be in the sun with, to keep it off my head. I have got various hats with brims, but I wanted one without one for various reasons. So I bought this one thinking it'd be really sort of quite cool in the summer, and it only ended up being a good quality one, didn't it? It's thick, it's double lined, so it's actually really thick, and really comfortable, and so it's boiling hot, so it's kind of defeated the object. What is that about? When you want cheap rubbish, you end up getting quite good quality. And it was like a few pound. I can't even remember the price, but it was a few pound. know, it's nothing. I thought a few pounds from Temu, from a Chinese website, it's going to be rubbish. That's what I want. I want it to be really thin and flimsy because I don't want it to keep my head warm. And I ended up getting a really good quality one, and now I'm boiling hot. And then, so what can you do? What can you do? I don't know what you can do about that. I put the shelter up again on the end of the doors, like so. It used to be just a thought about if it was raining, you know, if it was coming down and I wanted to keep the door open but didn't want it coming into the van. That was what it was originally for, but actually it's becoming a bit of a staple thing to do, you know, when I get where I'm going. Because if the weather's nice, it makes a nice shelter. It's a nice place to sit down there. Boop. So you kind of either sit on the edge of the van there, or actually grab a chair and sit outside under the shade. So you're kind of a bit outside, but you've got the shade over you as well. And I've just noticed that's become, as soon as I get where I'm going, I'm kind of, that's my first thoughts, is to whack this extra porch on the back of it, because then I don't have any windows in here. I don't want them either. That allows you to open the back doors, and even if it's raining, stick yourself a little shelter on there, and you can kind of still enjoy. And it's better than a window because, you know, the size of it's the whole back of the van. You know, you've got the whole back of the van is your window, and got a nice roof up the top. It keeps you dry, and then a day such as today, it keeps the sun off me as well, so I can kind of sit outside and keep the sun off me. I'm really actually enjoying that as being a very simple but a very effective way to camp. Making many observations while I'm sitting here, because I'm sitting on the edge of my van now, and that's the view. Gorgeous view. And have you ever noticed when some people get away with picking up dog poo by pretending it didn't happen? So there's so many there's a couple of dog owners that walk like 2+ meters in front of their dog, so when it does whatever it does, they don't notice, and so they're walking along in front of the dog's having a good old poop right in the middle of the path where other people walk, and he's walking in front. You know, well, I didn't see it, so I can't pick it up. I can't help thinking that's deliberate, because you wouldn't be that stupid. You know when you're out your dog's going to need a poo. Anyone who owns a dog knows that when they're out they're going to have a poo. Even if they just had one, they're going to have another one. If they're out, they have to poo. It's a dog law. You know it's going to happen, so you must think to keep an eye on your dog. But they walk in front, and I think they just it must be deliberate, just blissfully, you know, it's I didn't see it, so therefore I did not know. It's thirsty work being a pig. I'm gonna have a drink now. I've got my fridge on today. I don't always put it on because I don't always it's not always warranted putting it on, but today I've got a bottle of Pepsi, some mixed veg that I'm going to stick in my dinner later, and a milk. Normally I've got normally I buy a little milk for the vet. I don't, when I go backpacking, I buy the tiny little UTH ones that last forever. But when I go camping, I think I might as well, I don't have to carry out, might as well buy a proper milk. But I still don't normally put the camper on. I usually you know, a bottle of milk is good for the sake of one night, and if I really wanted it cold in the winter I can stick it outside. But so it's not so much the milk, although I do have other stuff in there, so I thought I'd just stick it all in there together. And it's Alpicool fridge. I love Alpicool. And there's my Pepsi. It's only a small one, not the Pepsi, the fridge. It's only a small one, But I did buy a really big one, Alpicore again, that way, Alpicore again, and it had a freezer section and a fridge section, and it was quite big, and that was overkill. I really didn't need that. It was I just thought that's what I should get, and when I first bought the camper, and it has its uses, but it was hard. I spent half the time with nothing in it. So I went and bought, I stayed with Alpicore again because I really like them, and I bought this little 12-litre one, which is absolutely perfect. It takes much less space in the van. I can stick it anywhere if I want it out of the way. It takes up much less space. I've never overfilled it because I don't usually put very much in it, if anything at all. So I realised that was the right fridge. But they're really good. You can control them all on your phone. You can control them on the panel, but you can control them on your phone. They're Bluetooth, and you can operate it and change up and down temperatures and stuff like that. Put it in different eco modes and so on. And they use very little power. So yeah, I really like them. They're not cheap, but not the most expensive. They're not cheap, but I think it's well worth it. And that really big one that I bought, I didn't sell it. I took it up and it's in our bedroom, and I've put a little kitchenette in there to make cups of tea and that in the bedroom, because we've got a nice TV in there, and sometimes we go up there to watch Sally in bed, and I've just put it up there. And if ever I do a really long journey in the van one day for like a week or something, I can bring it back, and it might warrant having a bigger fridge then. But for the time being, for just the one night here, one night there, maybe a couple of nights at the most, that little fridge is more than I need, as I say, because half the time I don't even put it on. But I wouldn't not have it. I definitely have having a fridge and having that option, even if I don't use it all the time. I think it's a good asset. Right, so I've got the old fake spam on the go. Just frying it up now. It's coming along nicely. I'm going to get this is the, what it is, tulip bacon grill. It's like half the price of spam. I cut a little bit off, couldn't resist it. I'd say there's a smidge less stronger flavour, but it's marginal, and it basically tastes the same. So once I've fried it up and I've stuck it with everything else, it's going to be yummy. So that's part one. I'm just going to fry all those slices up, and then while I boil the rice, I shall chop it all up to put it in. This is what I decided to go for. I had a couple. This is one I went for, golden vegetable. Let's just boil it in the bag sort of stuff. And then I've got a bag of vegetables that my partner, I can't take the credit for, my partner chopped them all up for me. It's peppers and spring onion, all chopped up into nice little pieces. I'm going to fry them up and stick them in with the rice later on. So anyway, that's part one. Part one is frying up these bad boys. Chopped veggies have gone in. I forgot to get out my plastic stirry thing. Get that out in a minute. So they've gone in. All the fake spam's been cooked. I'm going to chop that up in a minute. Okay, so there's all the chopped what do you call it, chopped spring onion and the chopped peppers. They had a quick fry. That's all the fake ham, had a quick fry. And that's now the rice that's been boiled, chucked on there. And I'm going to close the door a little bit. Now I've stopped, I've turned all the gas off. And that's really it. Swing around. Hello, hello, hello. And it's just a case of chomping it all. There's a slight different consistency in the fake spam. When you fry it, it is going a bit harder. I had a quick bite of it though. It didn't taste particularly bad. There it is there. Didn't taste particularly bad, but it was a different consistency to it. Strangely enough, it seemed less fatty. You can cook spam on its own fat. You don't even need oil. You just cut it up, stick it on a hot pan, and the oil, its own fat or oil that's inside it, comes out and cooks. Somebody told me that a long time ago, and that's how I do it. Don't even need oil. And you couldn't really do that with this because it sort of went all hard. So which implies to me it's probably half the price and arguably a bit healthier. But anyway, that's lovely. That's really nice. All little bits and bobs together. Super duper. Gone out for a little walk around. I absolutely love how quiet it is here. I keep thinking I'm hearing voices in the distance, but yeah, the wind sometimes carries voices for a long way. I found that out in the past. It's a beautiful crisp night. I've been out here quite a while actually before I turned this on. I came out to film straight away and I just got sucked into the night, and I think I've been out here for about half an hour before I even turned this on, just staring at the sky and listening to the quiet. It's really lovely and incredibly quiet out here, and I don't see there's any point in showing you the stars because I mean you'll be able to see the moon, I expect. There's the moon. It's not a full moon, but it's still really quite bright. I'm blinded now, I can't see because of the GoPro light, but when it's off, you can actually see quite well. There's a light over there. This one here. That is the light from the Pay n Display machine. That's the only light here. Which looks quite bright, but it's not really giving off any light into the car park. But that sky is beautiful. It's really beautiful stars out. It's so quiet and it's lovely. So far, the night's not over yet, but so far this has been a really good place, although I've had to pay for parking. It's not a freebie. It's parking up to, you pay for parking up to 7 o'clock, and I paid over past the 7 o'clock line, so it's carried it on till tomorrow. But it seems like there's nobody here. You always worry about people pulling up and the loud music, because you get those silly teenagers that, because they haven't got much of imagination, the only place they can think of pulling up in is car parks and just sitting there with their music. That's the highlight of their evening. When I was younger, I used to do far more interesting stuff than just sit there doing nothing. But anyway, that's the old fart me having a rant. But yeah, so that's usually a possibility. And I'm not saying it never happens, because I've only been here once overnight. So, but so far, you know, there was a few people coming and going, but then for the last couple of hours there's been nothing. So hopefully that's a little indication that this is the way it's going to be. So I'm quite chuffed with this, except for having to pay for parking. Which wasn't the cheapest either. It's actually been a lovely camp, you know. I'm hoping to go for a walk tomorrow, because as I say, there's lots of fields and stuff around, because that's what this place is to come here for recreational purposes. And then so I might do that tomorrow. Depends how I feel, because I'm not really here about the walk. That's not what my channel's about really. It's more about the camp. But you know, I might be that way inclined if the weather's nice. But yeah, I think I'm not going to bed just yet. But there's no reason to come back on film tonight. It's pitch black out here. There's nothing going on there. I'm still watching a movie. But I'll say goodnight now, because unless something interesting happens, something else happens, that's me done for this evening. So I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. I woken up to a lovely, gorgeous morning again. Quick shifty. Whee. so that's cool. In true tradition, I've woken up a bit late, so I can't spend too long here. I was going to go for a nice long walk, but my parking's run out and I've already spent a hell of a lot on the parking, so I'm going to just head off. Maybe I'll have a quick walk. I've got time, like 10 minutes, but basically I've got to go. So I'm just enjoying my coffee. I'm no breakfast for me this morning because I don't know if you've been watching any other episodes. I've been talking about the fact that I bought a big box of beans and sausages from an army ration website, and I'm sick of beans and sausages, and that's all I've got with me. And I thought last night I could stomach another one. This morning I thought, oh, you know, I did think about breakfast, and I thought I could stomach another one, that's fine. But I've got this morning and gone, well, no thanks. So just a coffee for me, and then I'm off. I know they're not calling me, but there's somebody over there with my name, and some woman's calling him. But why is it every time they do that I have to look up? I know they're not calling me, but every time she says whoever it is, a son, I presume, unless they got a dog called that. Every time they call it, I'm like looking up, think, why am I looking up? I know she's not calling me, so why is it as soon as somebody says my name I have to look up, even though I know it's not me, and I keep looking up and going, it's so irritating. Why have I got such a peanut brain? Well, I'm off. I've overstayed my welcome. I didn't want to pay for more parking just for the sake of a really short time, so but you know, it's a lovely place. Maybe I'll go for a walk next time. I mean, sat in this field. I've just proudly just stuck a chair in the field. Well, not a field, you know, just here. There's my van, just in the middle of nowhere, and just sat here and enjoyed this gorgeous weather up until I had to leave. So yeah, that's good enough for me. I don't really feel that I need to go for a walk. I kind of feel a bit sort of, I should be going for a walk because there's plenty of places to walk, paths and through the woods and that, but on the other hand I'm here to camp, and I kind of, you know, I like just sitting. I've been outside all morning pretty much. I had a coffee in the van, and I like just sitting and just enjoying the weather and enjoying the hot sun and enjoying the environment I'm in. So part of me sort of says, go for a walk, you're right, it's paths, and you know, it's built, that's what it's built for. And part of me goes, but I want to just enjoy the camp. So I'm not going to walk anyway, so maybe I'll do it next time. And so there's nothing more to say now. I'll see you next time. I'm not sure what the next camp will be. I always make it up to go along. So but this one's been a smashing. I slept really well, like a top, and it's been gorgeous weather, and I can't fault it. I even ate better than I normally do, so I just can't fault today at all. Really can't. It's been a really smashing day. So nothing more to say, but let's see you later, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.